Hello, Tottenham fans. First of all, just want to say, hope you've all had a really good Christmas. Hope you got to spend a lot of time with your family. I hope you got some time off work. I know a lot of you, especially working in hospitals and stuff, are working on Christmas Day. So I hope that went fast for you, and I hope you still got time to spend time with your family. Things that are not happy are watching Tottenham at the moment, and watching Tottenham at the moment is becoming quite depressing. When Ange says things like, "Are you entertained?" At the moment, no, I'm not entertained. Yes, we beat Man United 4-3, but it should have been easier. Yes, we battered a really, really poor Southampton side, but either side of them results, we've had four Premier League defeats in the last five, and it's really getting to a lot of fans at the moment. I just want to say one thing and just like, don't, let Tottenham ruin your Christmas or ruin your New Year and things like that. Yes, we're all passionate about Spurs, but don't take it into your family life. Just take it on the chin and say that's Tottenham. That's who we are, mate. So Tottenham lost to Nottingham Forest 1-0. Lots of people are shouting Ange out. Um, I'm not shouting Ange out, obviously. I'm fed up with sacking managers, and I don't feel it's just the manager that is the problem at the moment. You've got players not performing. You've got defenders. We've got no defense whatsoever. We have multiple injuries. You could have a case of has Levy backed Ange, and if not, is it really Ange's fault? You can sack Ange all you like, but then who's going to come in? People are saying Thomas Frank. Does Thomas Frank even want to come to Spurs? Would he want to come to this? Would he want to come to a team that is not going to be backed? You're saying that, but was it Bournemouth manager? Is it Ariola? Saying that they want him in and he would make a difference. Marco Silva from Fulham. I don't think any of them would want to come to Spurs at the moment. And if they did, would it change? Would anything change at all? Because Ange Postecoglou is suffering with a lot of injuries, and mainly to our defenders. Radu Dragusin went off as well against Forest. So he may not be available for Sunday. Jed Spence got sent off, so he's definitely not available for Sunday. That leaves us with Udogie and Porro, our only recognised defenders, and that includes the goalkeeper. It's not an easy thing to navigate. You take any side, for example. Let's check Arsenal, for example. You take out Gabriel and Saliba, but not only that, you take out two of their reserve centre backs. Take them two out as well. Take Timber out because he's knackered, and take Declan Rice out because he's suspended or something. That's basically what scenario we're in. And then take Raya out because he got injured too. Do you think Arsenal will be having a good run of form right now? I don't think so. So as much as you want to get on Ange's back, and a lot of the another argument I heard was, well, he should just play more defensive. Then you want to play more defensive with no recognised defenders. Your strength is in the attack, and you want to play more defensive. And to be fair, when I watched the Forest game, we were more conservative, we were more defensive, which is the reason why we weren't creating more chances going forward. We weren't creating chances because we're more concentrating on not letting in goals. That was the reason. Forest didn't have many clear-cut chances at all. I think we were playing more defensively. So this narrative of he doesn't know how to adapt or change, we did change. We didn't go all out attack. Dragusin got caught out of position was why they scored. It was nothing to do with tactics again. So it's very, very hard to jump on the Ange out train when there's so many variables as to why you're having a poor season. And to say we're having a poor season as well, actually, we're still in all the cups. I know people are basically saying we're out because we've got Liverpool. This happened in 2008 when we beat Chelsea in the final. Everyone said we had no chance whatsoever with the Drogbas, the Lampards. We had no chance of beating Chelsea, but we did. You know, people keep saying we're basically out the cup now, so this is a poor season. I agree. We do need to concentrate on the cups massively now because the league is, even though we're only 5 points from fourth or third, we've already lost 9 games, and I can see us losing more as well if these injuries keep coming on. We definitely need, I think Ange just said in the press conference as well, we definitely need help. So We need to sign about 3 or 4 players, split 2, like, in the back line, 2 for attack, and just really get this squad bigger and have more, emphasis on rotation. If we can do that, and you got the likes of Yang coming in as well, if we can do that, send Werner on his way as well, get him gone. He's just a spare part. Get Werner out the door, replace him, even, put Moore on instead of him, or have Mikey Moore or Yang play instead of Werner. It's pointless having him. Brennan Johnson at the moment, he scores goals. He hasn't scored lately, but he's scored goals this season, 10 goals this season, but doesn't give anything else. So it's really numbing us going forward as well. And oh yeah, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to say. People say, yeah, well, Ange bought him. These are Ange's players, because Werner and Johnson are Ange's players, by the way. So I'm not scapegoating him there. But at the end of the day, when you bought Johnson, he was 21-year-old talent that was doing very well at Forest. You can't then predict that he was going to be poor for us when he plays for us. He scored 10 goals and got 2 assists. So to look at the numbers, it's not poor. It's just the rest of his game is just not very dangerous for the opposition, if that makes sense. Solanke looked tired, so why are we not playing Lancashire? Put Lancashire on if he's tired. He might score, he might do well, you don't know. Don't have him in the squad if he's not playing him. There's, Bergvall came on. There's some positives. Bergvall came on. I think he did very, very well. He upped the tempo. He was getting in. He was getting in with challenges, and Gray looked more assured at centre back than Dragushin did, was a bit strange. But Gray's going to be a brilliant player going forwards. This this Ange out thing. If you are an Ange outer, right, but you're also a Levy outer, it can't be both, because, well, it can be both, but you could say Levy out, right? Let's just say Levy out. If Levy goes out, would you want Ange to stay? That would be my question. If Levy was to leave tomorrow, would you keep Ange in, back him with a new chairman, and see what we can do? Because we do play some fantastic football. We've just got so many injuries. It's unreal. It's so unlucky. I think, remember last season when Liverpool had loads of injuries, they had a big enough squad to cope with it. They still struggled, but I think they ended up finished third, didn't they? But they were still decent side. We need to build this squad. We've only got a 25-man squad. We need at least a 30-man squad, a 32-man squad, just to cover these injuries. Because if you're going to play 3 games a week, it's near on impossible when you get injuries. So as much as you want Ange out, can you just give me a solution? What is our solution? What do we do? What do we do? If we got in a Thomas Frank, for example, and he had the same defence, do you think there would be much different? He might be more pragmatic. We might be drawing 0-0 every week, maybe, but it's not guaranteed. Just because you play defensive doesn't mean you're going to not concede goals. There's so many teams that play defensive, pragmatic football and still get get battered. So it's not a be all and end all if you just play defensively. Look at Man United, right? They've just changed their manager. And they've looked like they've got worse. And Almirim is a very good manager, but he's still got the same players that Ten Hag had. So, whoever comes in for Spurs, if this is your solution, you're still going to have the same players. You know, uh, Levy's not going to back any manager anymore. I'm starting to come around to this. He will not back anybody. So it doesn't matter who we get in. So it's no point shouting Ange out. Nothing will change unless it changes at the top. Does that make sense to everybody? Hope it does. Just let me know in the comments. Um, if you're Ange out, why, and what's your solution? And do you think Ange is the sole reason we're doing this poorly, or is it because he's not being backed either? Let me know in the comments, and come on, you Spurs.